Welcome to cooking cheap, easy, and tasty meals. When I went to the grocery store today, they had chicken thighs on sale. Boneless chicken thighs, which we don't normally eat, but you may know, dark meat can take higher temperatures and for longer it doesn't dry out as much. So I'm going to make Instant Pot butter chicken, and I use that term loosely because I'm certainly adapting it from a recipe that is Indian, and I can't say that it's going to be a perfect match because I'm using ingredients that I have. So I'm sure there's 1,000 recipes for butter chicken. So this is just a simple one. Okay, start off with a yellow onion. I don't think you have to use a yellow one. This is a regular yellow onion. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to peel the outer layer off. Now I'm going to cut the ends off. And since I'm going to cut this into small pieces, I'm going to cut it like this to begin with. Cut it like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the second half. Now I suggest you use a sharp knife and be real careful, but a sharp knife will help cut down on the tears. Won't stop them, but the onions give off the chemicals when you cut the cells open, and that is what makes you cry. So it depends on the temperature of the onion and how sharp the knife is and a few other things to tell you how many tears it's going to generate. Okay, that's enough of that. So there's a nice chopped onion. There's a few pieces I didn't cut well, so I'm going to just cut them separately. Then I'm going to pick it up and scrape it into the bowl. So now we have a nice bowl of chopped onions. Now, I also need some grated ginger. I minced 5 or 6 cloves of garlic. Now I need some grated ginger. So I'm going to take a piece of ginger. Some people don't peel it. I do, so I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the skin is just as good. But you can peel it really easy with a spoon. Just grab it and pull it off. Comes off fairly easily. Gotta admit, the skin smells pretty good. So I'm gonna finish peeling it. I'm not gonna peel it 100%, but I'm gonna try and clean it up a little bit. And then I am going to get rid of the excess. And peel that piece. And I think I'm going to peel it like maybe this size. Be a good time to have one of those peeling gloves, which I don't have. Okay, I'm going to go in and cut that out. It generally hangs on inside. That's about a teaspoon. And I need 2 teaspoons. Okay, I'll try and get that out. You could certainly use powdered ginger. Fresh ginger's better, flavor-wise. It's much more intense, but it does take a little more effort to use, so you have to make a choice. Flavor versus effort. I'd say that's probably about enough. Okay, there's our ginger. Okay, I'm going to start off. I've got the Instant Pot on sauté. I'm going to add that's probably about a tablespoon of oil. It's just vegetable oil. I want something that'll handle the heat a little better since I'm going to do some sautéing. We'll let that heat up. I'm going to Add some butter in, just for a little flavor. You could use ghee if you wanted, but I'm going to use regular salted butter. Okay, the butter is pretty much melted, so I'm going to add the onion. Again, that's a large yellow onion chopped into small pieces. And I'm just going to cook it for a little while, let it get translucent. I think I'll go ahead and add the ginger, let it start cooking. I'm going to put the garlic in last. Give a chance for the ginger and onion flavors to combine. I don't want anything to burn, so I'm going to just keep stirring it every now and then. I've got my Instant Pot on saute and high heat. So that's great for doing the basics preparation for vegetables before you cook them at high pressure. Now we're going to add our garlic. This is our minced garlic. It's 4 cloves. It's probably enough. I use 4 large cloves, but could have been 5 if you wanted. Depends on how much you like garlic. So I don't want it to burn, so I'm going to stir a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good. So my next step is I'm going to put in some tomato paste. Let it cook. Okay, so we'll put 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 squirts of it. That should be plenty. That's probably 4 or 5 tablespoons, depending on how hard I squeezed it. But it'll be enough. We want to give the tomato a little time to cook. It'll improve the flavor. It'll bring out the sugars in it. We're going to add the chicken. Add a little salt and pepper while we're at it. Before we stir it up. We're going to stir it up in the mixture. And we're going to add all of our seasonings. Now this is garam masala and turmeric. And this is sugar and paprika. I just put them both in the same bowl. And this is cumin. So we'll mix that all up. Get the spices mixed in. If you've not used garam masala before, it's a mixture of cumin and black pepper and cinnamon, cloves, coriander, cardamom, a whole bunch of things. You can make your own. There are plenty of recipes for it if you have those. But if you don't keep those ingredients on hand, it makes it easier to do it this way. Now I probably have all those ingredients, but I did it this way anyway. Now I'm going to add a cup of water because in an Instant Pot you have to have water for the steam to build up. Okay, I'm going to put the top on. I'm going to put the pressure valve on. Now I have a silly pressure valve. My grandkids like it. It's a dragon, but it really doesn't work in this situation very well, does it? So I'm going to take it off, put the regular pressure valve back on, make sure it is flipped to pressure, and then I'm going to turn off the saute, cancel it, turn the pressure on, and I'm going to do it on high for 5 minutes. Now that's the sound of the pressure cooker starting, so I'll be back when it finishes this part. Okay, I set the pressure to cook for 5 minutes, and it took about 18 minutes to get to there, and then 10 minutes past that to let the pressure release naturally. The pin just dropped, so I'm going to open it. Remember, when the pin is up, you can't really open it, and you really want to release the pressure before you open it. But be careful when you do that because that's hot steam. But since the pin is dropped, we can open it. And there we have our buttered chicken. And we'll put this on saute, and we're going to add some cream to it to thicken this up. I'm going to add half a cup, and we'll see what that looks like. I'm going to taste it. It's got all those wonderful seasonings. The chicken appears to be nice and tender. I'm going to bring this up to a boil to help thicken it. I may add a little more cream, I'm not sure. Half a cup of cream seems like a lot of cream to me. In fact, I think I'm going to stick with that. And when the time comes, I'm going to serve this with a little sprinkle of cilantro over rice and probably a little yogurt beside it. I'll toast some pita bread to go with it. That'll make a nice meal. Okay, I'm going to let this keep going, but basically it's ready to serve now. It just needs to thicken up a little bit, but with it thick or not, it's going to be delicious. So I'm going to serve it with a little rice, a little yogurt, some cilantro, and a piece of pita bread. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give us a like. Thank you.